Hello everybody and welcome to episode 0 of Paulz Podz. This is a trailer episode, so it's going to be more like an introductory episode as to telling you all about what the podcast is all about. This is going to be about life generally and what life is all about, and it promises to be informative, entertaining, educative. There's a whole lot we're going to do together on this journey, and we're going to bring up a whole lot of series that we're going to follow like step by step, and I promise you're going to learn a lot no matter how little. They say information is power, and without information you can't drive through to your destiny. So we're going to have like different interesting episodes. We're going to host people on the shows. We're gonna have side attractions. We're gonna have punchline segments. We're also gonna have music, poetry, spoken word, even comedy, and lots of other things that's gonna be fun to spice up your day, your life, your week, your month, and the years to come. So stay tuned and let's start this great journey together. Meanwhile, I'm gonna start by introducing myself. My name is DJ elPablo, and I am a DJ, as the name suggests. I'm also an entrepreneur, a biotechnologist by trade, and I'm into a whole lot of other things. This podcast is going to be hosted by other people as well, and we're also going to be hosting other people. So it's not like you're going to be hearing the voice of DJ elPablo all the time. It's just going to be like very a versatile podcast for everybody. We're going to be like a family, so it's going to be easy for all of us to blend in and just enjoy ourselves together on this journey. We have a long way to go, a long ride. So I'd like you to hop on the train and let's go. Thank you for listening, and please do not forget to subscribe. Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Paulz Podz with DJ elPablo. Thank you for hopping on this train and embarking on this journey with us, because it's a family thing, and so we're gonna like roll with this together. And this is episode 1, and we're going to start a series titled Live, Love and Learn. And I would first start by trying to introduce the series with this first episode so that you can actually understand, and then as we embark on the journey, we're going to be like touching a whole lot. We're trying to reach out to like a wide range of topic, and everything we're going to be doing in the episode is going to be around this topic or this theme: live, love and learn. So first off, live, love and learn. These are 3 basic dimensions of human existence, and everything we do is centered around these concepts or dimensions. The final form or dimension is to make impact, and after these dimensions, that is around these dimensions, these 3 dimensions I mentioned earlier, to live, to love and to learn, there is a 4th superior dimension, which is to make impact. And that is, in other words, to leave to leave a legacy. Now these are all the dimensions that make up human living. But for the past 3 years, I've been thinking about this concept, this theme, this 3 or 4 dimensions, as the case may be. And I was asking myself questions like, what does it mean to live fully? Like, to fully live, what does it mean to love completely? And what does it mean to learn from life? And then in the end, the ultimate, what does it mean to leave a legacy? And it hit me. It hit me so hard I had to, think deep. And something popped. You can't achieve anything in life without understanding these dimensions. So I researched and found valuable studies that postulated that you could actually live life fully, love completely, and learn from experiences. Finally, make an impact, leaving a footprint or a legacy. So these were the things that came to my mind, and I was like, okay, all these basic dimensions, the live, love, learn dimensions, they are not mutually exclusive. They are actually mutually dependent. And with these, you can leave a legacy. Something, this was something written by Mark Frankel, somebody I found online who has really in-depth analysis on some of these things, which actually put some flesh on my work. Now, I'm going to break it down for you all to understand where this is headed. First, to live. I'm just going to give you brief outlines so that when we start breaking them down, concept by concept, dimension by dimension, we are going to achieve a whole lot, and I'm going to be able to hopefully leave a mark and teach you something new every time we learn something. Now, to live. To live is actually physical. It is a dimension of action in a world that is about survival. So we're living in a world that is about survival. People call it survival of the fittest, but I don't think it's survival of the fittest, because even the unfit still survive. You just have to adapt. So you have to develop an adaptation mechanism. Now, in a world of physical pleasure and pain, there, because just recently I discovered that there's something called or there are two types of pain. There is the positive pain and the negative pain. As time goes on, as we embark on this journey, I'm going to break it down for you so that we can actually, get to understand what type of pain we might be feeling in whatever situation we find ourselves. Then, although some of these pleasures are short-lived, for example, eating. Now, the pleasure of eating ends after you've had the last bite. Take, for example, you're eating pizza. The moment you get full, or the moment you get to taste the last slice, that's the end of the pleasure of eating. So these are some of the physical attributes of living. So to live is physical. Let me just stop here, because when we start breaking it down, we're going to really get to deep things, and we're going to literally apply it just as I've applied the eating aspect to things. Then, to love is emotional. As we all know, the moment you hear love, all you think about is maybe that significant other, that relationship, or that girlfriend, probably that wife. But to you listeners out there, love goes beyond just that relationship between a couple. Now, but the dimension of love is a dimension of belonging. It's a dimension of caring. It's a dimension of connecting. It's a dimension of loving in itself. Now, in order to access this dimension, you need to put in the work. You need to put in a lot of work. Your work rate needs to be really high, because this involves other people. I would have loved to start quoting some portions of the Bible that would expatiate my point, but I'll do that when we delve in deeper. Basically, the pleasure of this dimension is much deeper and meaningful than the short-lived pleasure of basically living. And trust me, you will not trade the depth of pure love for money or anything else. So let me just stop here before we go further, and then we'll start to talk about deep things, and I'll take your time. Learn is mental. It is a mental dimension of learning. It is also a mental dimension of understanding. It is also a mental dimension of creating, or in other words, innovation. So finding solution to big problems. People could sacrifice the love or emotional dimension because they want to find solution to big problems, but all of them are intertwined, so you can't be one and living the other, because you're not going to be fulfilling life's purpose. One, which encapsulates everything, is to leave a legacy, which is the ultimate, and it is spiritual. So when you are fulfilled, when you are self-actualized, when you are achieving destiny, fulfilling purpose, you are actually trying to, or you're working your way towards leaving a legacy or living for the future generation. And everybody is supposed to think or align their thoughts towards a certain legacy, or towards living a or towards leaving something for the future generation. But as I've been thinking over time, pondering about these things, that's what I've realized, that our fathers, sorry to say, our forefathers did not actually leave a good, or will I say complete legacy for us to work on. They left something for us to work with, but they did not leave a legacy that would stand the test of time. Not all of them did. A few did leave legacies, but not all of them did. Now, to as we embark on this journey, basically, we're going to really delve deeper into these things, leaving a legacy. We're going to break it down using examples, so that we could actually understand the bigger picture and not just stay stuck with the smaller things. Now, in summary, when you understand these dimensions of life, then life would actually be shorter. Basically, life will be shorter, and you would, get to a point where you start to think that each dimension would not be, there would not be, how do I say this now? You will get to a point in your life where there is not enough time to achieve all that you need to achieve in order to reach the ultimate, which is to leave a legacy for the future generation. Now, so life will be too short to get to complete the legacy dimension. That's basically what I'm trying to say. So, in other words, I'm saying there will be a lot to do. So understanding these dimensions is key to health, it's key to happiness, it's key to meaning, and beyond. So there is a whole lot that could be understood from all of this. And so I'm one who likes to ask for opinions from people. So I just asked a dear friend of mine. I asked, when you see or hear the word live as it pertains to life, what comes to your mind first? And she sent a reply with 2 words: God and perseverance. So I asked further, for a definition. What would life, or what would living mean as it pertains to life? And she said, an opportunity to make good use of your years, teaching lives and sustainable change. It is broad, so I was actually touched by her definition. But then there's a whole lot to be achieved, with breaking this down. So I said, okay, this is going to be more like a basis to, or more like the basis to which we could achieve what we want to achieve with trying to expatiate on these things. So I would stop here because I don't want to really go deeper than I have. This is basically more like an introductory episode for the Live, Love, Learn series. So as we continue this journey, we're going to be breaking it down, and we're not just going to be breaking it down so that I don't give you guys more like a philosophical kind of concept so that you guys now see it as, oh, this is too deep to understand. I'm going to break it down with examples, giving you things like 8 things you need to do this, 10 things you need to do to achieve this, how can you achieve purpose. I'm also going to be recommending books that you're going to be reading. Also, we could actually, do a whole lot, when we invite people on the podcast to expatiate more on their own aspect, and you could actually learn from their experiences and live through it. So it's a whole lot. It encapsulates a whole lot, and everything we're going to do on this podcast is going to, or everything we're going to do on Paulz Podz is going to be centered around, there's even the comedy and all of that. There's a whole lot to life with that. There's deeper meaning to that. So let's look forward to the next episode, and thank you for listening to episode 1. God bless you, and I pray that I am able to make an impact in your life through this medium. If you have any further questions, for those of you who already have my contact, just send me a message on WhatsApp. If you want to critique this episode, you're free. All we need is for us to move forward together. So thank you for listening, and God bless. See you on the next one.